Well, the heat wave certainly continues here at the Big A. Beautiful night for baseball, even though we are pushing triple digits. It is the first game of a three-game set against the visiting Oakland Athletics. Hi, everyone, from inside the Big A, I'm Victor Rojas, along with Mark Gubza. We welcome you to Angels Baseball. Just like we told you a couple of days ago, you're just not sure what you're going to see in September with the young kids and who's going to bat where and who's going to play where. Well, we got to the ballpark tonight, and all of a sudden there's a couple of guys in the lineup that we thought perhaps we're going to be done for the year. Meister Astures and Eric Aybar back in there tonight.
All indication where they were not going to play any more baseball the rest of the season. They were doing their workouts as far as baseball-type stuff, hitting, during batting practice, stealing ground balls, but both of them back in the lineup here tonight. Meister Astures has not played since August 19th. September 15th was the last time Eric Aybar. They both switch hitters. Both guys, they can do some stuff offensively, can steal some bases for you. So in a situation right now for the Angels, the way they've been struggling scoring, look for them to get in their situational type hitting and score some runs.
Eric, of course, in his customary shortstop position. Meister getting the start over at third base. Tonight, as far as the pitching matchup is concerned, a very good pitching matchup. Actually, all series long, we've got three pretty good matchups. But tonight, Ervin Santana going for career win number 18, season victory number 18, going up against a young left-hander by the name of Brett Anderson.
So Brett Anderson and Ervin Santana, this is a great pitching matchup, but Ervin Santana is throwing the ball so well, going for that career high in victories once again, going there for 18, 12-3 in his career against Oakland, an ERA at 1.80. It's been dominant as far as throwing the fastball in and utilizing that slider. Brett Anderson, Kurt Young, their pitching coach, once told me not too long ago that Brett Anderson is the jewel of this entire rotation. He has some great young arms in Oakland. As far as this kid, power, fastball, great break and pitch too.
With what way both offenses have been going, these pretty good guys on the mound, I should say, have a pretty good chance of really throwing up some zeros. So a quick game, hopefully, for tonight. We're just about ready for baseball here at the Big A. A warm night. So sit back and relax. We've got lineups of first pitch when we return. growing car company in America, Hyundai. And by Shakey's Pizza. What is the distance from home plate to the pitcher's mound? Well, go to Shakey's.com/trivia for the answer. Back out here at the Big A, getting ready for game number 1 of this 3-game set against the visiting Oakland Athletics. Current temperature 96 degrees. We saw a temperature gauge out at, what time was that? Early this afternoon, 2 o'clock, out at center field on the warning track that registered 190 degrees. That is ridiculous.
We just needed those, what were they, the blankies that were given out about a month or so ago? That would be perfect.
Yeah, something like that.
Yes.
No chafing going on there. As we take a look at the lineup for the Oakland Athletics. Game number 156 for them. They've got Rajay Davis leading things off at center. Derek Barton at first base. Mark Ellis at second. Jack Cust at DH. Kurt Suzuki doing the catching with Kevin Kuzman off at third base. Jeremy Hermida, the former Florida Marlin, Boston Red Sox at right field now for Oakland. Chris Carter, the young phenom, in left field. And Cliff Pennington, the switch hitting shortstop, batting ninth. That starting 9 for Bob Garrett, taking on Ervin Santana. No longer a youngster, even though young in age. But obviously a very good season this year. 17-9 with a 3.77 ERA.
Boy, he's been dealing his last 9 starts, 5-1 with a subpar 3 ERA. Fastball's been consistent, 93, 94. That slider, unhittable. Curveball, which he's been using a lot more against left-handed batters. And he's been using a changeup too.
Davis swings here on the second pitch. Borges got a great jump on it, makes a terrific running catch, robbing Davis of extra bases.
Boy, that's that first step once again for Peter Borges to be able to read that baseball off the bat. It looked like it could have been a triple with the speed of Rajay Davis. With that quick first initial step, good read, runs up and makes a play. Looks that ball right into his glove.
It's like a cornerback in football. Taking that first step back. So 1 out. Here's Derek Barton, the first baseman. Barton swinging first pitch and lines one to right field for base hit. So a 1-out knock. Guy that is usually very patient, taking a lot of pitches, swinging at the first one. He gets a knock here. We'll take a look at the defense for the Halos. Rivera in left, Borges in center. It's Hunter in right field. Mentioned Azuris and Ibar in the game. They are at third and short, respectively. Kendrick at second. Napoli at first, and Bobby Wilson back behind the plate.
And Eric Ibar getting that first start since September 15th. Very good glove. At times this season, though, has had some lapses as far as making the routine play. But one of the best, strongest arms in baseball from that position.
Mark Ellis takes a strike. The second baseman hitting .281 with 4 home runs and 42 runs batted in. The A's, after their 4-game series against the Texas Rangers, still in second in the American League West, 10 games back. The Angels 12 back. Last meeting of the year between these two teams. The Halos go on to Texas after Wednesday afternoon's game for a 4-game series. Oakland ends their season up in Seattle over the weekend. There's the 0-2. Check swing. They wanted appeal, and he did not go. So it's Kerwin Danley at first. It's C.B. Buckner behind the plate, calling the balls and strikes. Kerwin Danley at first. Doug Eddings over at second. Dana DeMuth at third base.
That's that nasty slider Urban has. 0-2 count. Try to expand his zone. A bad time to do that. Or you can rush a fastball in on the hands.
In time, it's 2 balls, 2 strikes. The Angels, after taking 2 of 3 from the Texas Rangers, getting swept by the Chicago White Sox in a series in which they led in all 3 games. Capper yesterday afternoon that Tony Pena, his second career start, got the win. 4-3 victory for Chicago. Dropping the Angels 5 games back under 500 and just 2 games over 500 here at home.
About Ervin Santana, I think he'll work on during the offseason too, is improving his ability to negate the other team's running game.
Ellis fouls this one off to the right, and the count remains even at 2 balls, 2 strikes. The Oakland A's obviously changed their philosophy over the last couple of years as far as stealing bases. They never were a team that really liked the stolen base. They didn't bunt a whole lot, but 147 bags this year, 3rd best in the American League. Rajay Davis has a lot to do with it. Coco Crisp, even though often injured, has had a lot to do with that as well.
And they're a lot more aggressive as far as that. They even will sacrifice bunt on occasion.
Irvin going from 0-2 to 3-2 on Ellis, with Jack Cust on deck. Barton took off on it as Ellis slices that one foul. We'll take a look at our Hyundai key to the game tonight.
Well, you know how I like 80s rock band music. 18 in life. Ervin Santana going for win number 18, which would be a career high for Ervin. Has been dominant this season. We show what he's done his last 9 starts, 5-1. Makes a little skid row for you there, Victor.
As only you could. Barton takes off. No, he stops there as Ellis shoots one to right field. Torrey will play it on a hop. Barton advances to second base. So back-to-back base hits given up by Santana here after getting Davis to start this ball game off. Jack Cust steps up now with 1 out, 2 on.
He had some pretty good swings early against Irvin, the first 3 batters. Ball hard each time. We showed the graphic to start the game. He's had unbelievable numbers against Oakland. 1.80 career ERA against them.
Irvin seems to be a little bit up in the strike zone, unlike what he did against Texas in last week's series here at the Big A. Complete game shutout, giving up just 5 hits, striking out 8 as Cust takes a strike on the inside corner. Cust featuring a 271, 1248 line on the year. Not bad for a guy that was let go by the Oakland Athletics and re-signed. Had to go to the minor leagues before getting called up in May. A guy who traditionally, as we've talked about a couple of times this year, that like Barton takes a lot of pitches. It seems to be a lot more aggressive this year early on in the count. Pulls this one and goes off the glove of Napoli on the backhand. Everyone's going to reach. Ball sharply hit to the backhand of Mike Napoli. Couldn't come up with it. Ricochet too far away for Howie Kendrick to make a play on it. And the bases are loaded here in the first inning with 1 away and Kurt Suzuki coming up.
Boy, a play when you first off the bat, even though it was hit hard, you thought maybe a possibility of a double play ball. It was a tough play, though. It was tricky in between Haas for Mike Napoli. Being able to make the play. Now all of a sudden bases loaded. Suzuki's a guy that will hit the ball up the middle and generally aggressive on the first pitch.
Cust being credited with a base hit, so 3 straight hits now. The former Cal State Fullerton product, Kurt Suzuki, steps in. Swings at the first pitch and pops it up. Down the third base line, long run over for Ibar. He'll make the catch. Tagging from third and trying to score is Barton. The throw is not in time, and Oakland has a 1-0 lead.
It's almost worth appealing third base on that, too.
C.B. Buckner, the home plate umpire, has the call there with Dana DeMuth, the third base umpire, going down the line.
Boy, a smart base running play by Barton to be able to try to score on that, especially when you have an infield, a middle infielder going back on the ball, so he's not going to be in position to make the strong throw. It was a close play, but a good slide, but the proper decision by Barton to be aggressive and scoring on that. Pop up the shortstop.
Well, Suzuki picks up his 69th RBI, and it's a first inning run for Oakland. Ellis now at third base, Cust at second as Kuzmanov steps in. Swinging at the first pitch, breaking ball, and it's no balls and a strike. Kuzmanov hitting .251, 14 home runs and 69 runs batted in. Irvin working from the stretch, outfield pretty much straight away. The breaking ball drops in there. It's no balls, 2 strikes.
Irvin trying to minimize the damage here in the top of the first. When you think about it, the first out of the inning was a smashed by Davis to left center field that Borges ran down.
Check swing on the breaking ball. Did he go? No, he didn't, says Kerwin Danley.
Good idea by Urban to try to see if Kuzminov would swing and a break a pitch out of the strike zone, and he almost went after it. He's a guy that loves the fastball up.
18 pitches thrown by Urban, 12 for strikes. Just trying to keep it a 1-0 deficit here in the first inning. Foul at the plate, coming back inside with that fastball. Borges made that terrific play going towards left center field, robbing Davis of extra bases for the first out. Then Barton got a base hit, Ellis a base hit, and cuts the infield base hit, and the sac flies. Kuzminov shoots one up the alley in right center field. Torrey going back on it, makes the catch. That will end the first inning. And now before Oakland scores a run on 3 hits and leave 2 men on base, we head to the bottom of the first with the Athletics up 1-0. Center. Howie Kendrick in second. Bobby Abreu at DH. Torrey Hunter is in right field. Juan Rivera in left. Mike Napoli at first. Meiser Asturis at third. Eric Ibar at short. Bobby Wilson batting ninth and doing the catching. Facing the left-hander, just 22 years of age, from Stillwater, Oklahoma, Brett Anderson.
Well, a guy with a lot of talent just hasn't been able to stay in the rotation on a consistent basis. Fastball from the left side, 90 to 95 miles an hour. A very good curveball, a sharp slider, and a good changeup too.
Facing Borges, Kendrick, and Abreu here in the first inning, getting ahead of Peter at no balls, 2 strikes. A 199 average, 4 home runs, and 12 runs batted in. Peter had a 2-for-4 game yesterday afternoon with a couple of singles and a run scored. That one is fouled back. And still no balls and 2 strikes. Anderson, an 0-2 record, 4.34 ERA in his career against the Halos. That one's inside. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 99 innings of work this year for Oakland. For Brett Anderson, 97 hits allowed. Good strikeout to walk ratio, 66 punch-outs and 19 walks. This one's chopped off the glove of Anderson over to short. Tough play, and Borges is out. Big stretch at first base by Derek Barton. A nice play by Pennington after Anderson's glove slowed that baseball down, and there's the first down of the inning.
Well, I thought for sure once that ball went off of Anderson's glove, it was going to be an infield hit for Borges. Pennington, a very good play using the bare hand. He's got a strong arm also, and Barton, that stretch, got as far out as you can go. makes that play, gets Borges by less than a half a step.
So one away for Howie Kendrick. Anderson misses outside with that fastball. Howie 1 for 4 yesterday, had a base hit in the 5th inning. Hitting .278 on the year, 10 home runs, 71 runs batted in. 39 doubles, 4 triples for Kendrick. As he shoots this one foul, it's 1 ball, 1 strike count. Another foul off to the right, and it's 1-2.
Well, Anderson doesn't waste a lot of time. He attacks the strike zone, throws inside very effectively. If he stays healthy, he has the potential of being an 18 to 20 game winner. But that's a big if.
Breaking pitch, rolled foul off the foot of Howie, limps it off. Anderson coming off a no decision against the White Sox on the 22nd. Allowed a run on 6 hits at 6 2/3. This one out towards center field. Davis coming on. He'll make the catch. Round number 2. Matter of fact, look at the numbers for Anderson over his last 6 starts, which includes starts against the Yankees, the Mariners, the Red Sox, 5 starts, pardon me. Yankees, Mariners, Red Sox, Twins, and White Sox. 6 earned runs in those 5 starts.
Pretty impressive offenses he did that against, too.
Going 3-1 with a no decision. He's got the first 2 outs here in the first inning with a 1-0 lead. Kurt Suzuki picking up a sacrifice fly in his 69th RBI, giving Oakland a 1-0 lead in the top of the first inning. Bobby takes a curveball that misses upstairs. It's 1 ball, no strikes on a Brave. Serving as a DH tonight after being in left field yesterday. Went 1 for 3 yesterday with a double, an RBI, and a run scored. And for Bobby, it was his 40th double of the year. He takes ball 2 downstairs. Bobby now has reached 20 home runs, 20 stolen bases, and 40 doubles in a single season for the 5th time in his career. First time Major League Baseball history somebody's completed that trifecta. As he pulls this one foul. It's 2 balls and a strike. Alfonso Soriano's done it 3 times, and you've got a gaggle of guys have done it twice.
When you talk about consistent run producers and power numbers, Bobby certainly has done that throughout his career. A guy that plays a ton of games every year also.
This one out towards center. Davis froze for a moment, drifts back to his right, puts it away, and it's a 1-2-3 inning for Brett Anderson. 1 complete here at the Big A. Oakland's on top, 1-0. with the Oakland A's. Fans can save 50% off ticket prices in select seating areas when using the password ANGELS at angelsbaseball.com or the Angels Stadium ticket window. Be one of over 3 million fans to watch Angels baseball this year. Irvin delivers strike one to Jeremy Hermida. 8 straight years.
The Yankees, similar situation.
Hermida hitting one out to deep right field, and that one goes off the top of the wall and into the seats. A solo home run for Hermida, his 6th of the year, and Oakland has a 2-0 lead.
26th home run that Ervin Santana has allowed. Boy, a high fastball. Elevated and was hit hard, especially in a day like tonight. It's going to carry much better at nighttime here at the Big A. Howard's replay, fastball up, just enough to get it over the wall in right field.
There's Chris Carter, the left fielder. 6th home run of the year, first with Oakland. Irvin falls behind on Carter. 2 balls and no strikes, hitting 140 here at the big leagues this year. Got his first major league home run off Edwin Jackson. That came last week. 3 balls and no strikes. Carter had 31 home runs at AAA Sacramento. Hit 258 there and drove in 94. And it's a 4-pitch walk after the home run. Carter down his 3rd organization, believe it or not. 15th round pick originally by the White Sox.
You know, that last game out for Ervin Santana, this is a little different look this time around. Some elevated fastballs, a little slower as far as his approach, grabbing the baseball and attacking the strike zone. He's completely dominant that last shutout against the Rangers. Had that focus from the get-go, won that game 2-0. Needs to get that back in a hurry.
He's missed 5 times now after the home run. 4-pitch walk to Carter. Now falls behind on Pennington at 1 ball, no strikes. Well, and you go back to the start he had against Tampa Bay here at the Big A on the 24th of August. Gave up 6 runs there. But from that point forward, much like we were talking about Brett Anderson over his last 5 starts, Irvin has done a terrific job, even though the last time out against Texas was that much better because it was a complete game shutout and he was that locked in. But he gave up 2 earned runs against Seattle, 2 against Oakland, 3 against Seattle, 2 against Cleveland, and of course the shutout against Texas. Been aggressive in all of those starts, but certainly a different look from Ervin Santana tonight. 3 straight base hits in the first inning, then the sac fly to put Oakland 1-0. Then Hermida with a leadoff home run here in the second. Here's the 1-1. Carter goes, and it's fouled off to the right. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
The big thing when you look at pitchers, in particular Ervin Santana, it's the time in between each pitch. It gives you a good indication of how he feels as far as his comfort zone on the mound. You know, as a pitching coach, Mike Butcher, very good when looking at that, sense and what kind of rhythm that Ervin has tonight. He's going to have to talk to him in between innings as far as tell him to pick up the pace. You don't want to give your opponent any indication that you're not comfortable on the mound.
Pennington lays off that pitch. 2 balls, 2 strikes. In that last start against Texas, a season high 122 pitches thrown by Ervin. Breaking ball, line to right, a base hit. Another pitch that was up in the strike zone. Carter stops at second. So a home run, a walk, and now a base hit. Puts 2 men on with nobody out here. Mike Butcher's going to come out and pay a visit.
You mentioned it again, but another elevated pitch. Not finishing off, just whether he's not comfortable. His arm slide is not exactly the same as it, particularly in that last game against Texas, where every pitch was located perfectly.
Is there a carryover effect from throwing 122 pitches? I mean, you get to this point in the season, it's been for the most part, a little bit warmer now at this part of the homestand than it was last week. But I mean, you should feel strong enough to go 120 pitches and not have it affect you your next start. But are you at that point in the season where fatigue starts to creep in? He's over 210 innings for the year.
That's the point, 210 innings pitched. Now, remember, last year for Ervin Santana was that battle to get through arm discomfort. He was inconsistent, didn't pitch particularly well, didn't locate his pitches, didn't have the fastball velocity that he had this season. So, yeah, there's always that possibility. And there's always somewhat of a letdown after you have a great game like he had.
Well, somebody just got crossed up on a potential sacrifice situation. And runners advance to second and third. Looks like they got Bobby Wilson on the forearm, the way Bobby was looking at it.
When you knew it was going to be a bunt scenario, too, with Davis coming up first and second, no outs. That was a complete cross-up. One of those ones as a catcher, you're hoping it to be the other way around. You're looking, for that fastball. And, I mean, he was looking breaking pitch and ended up getting a fastball. You wanted to, if it's going to be a cross-up, you want it the other way around because you can react a little bit better and it's not going to be as firm at you.
So Napoli in at first base. Meiser back at third. Davis with an 0-1 count. Shoots this one foul. It's no balls, 2 strikes. That's how good a pitch that was. It was in the strike zone, even though it was a pass ball. 0-2 now on Davis. With a fly ball to center field in the first inning. Oakland with 5 hits already against Santana. 3 of the first, 2 here in the second. Davis goes down swinging on that slider. There's out number 1.
Great sequence after fastballs. One was elevated, fouled it off. That last one inside, foul off. And then you were able to throw that nasty slider off the outside corner. No chance of even making contact. On to Exmo. Rotation. You can see the rotation of that slider off the outside corner. Different rotation than a 4-seam or 2-seam fastball.
We're going to get an intentional walk here. Derek Barton's going to get the intentional walk to load the bases up for Ervin to face Mark Ellis. Here comes ball 4. Second walk of the inning, although this one intentional.
And ideally, when you talk about a slider, you see the rotation. You want it more of a dot. You see the baseball rotation right there, different. A true slider, a good sharp slider. And almost you'll see the seams go into one small dot. I remember Ted Williams, late Ted Williams, saying that about a breaking pitch. You can read the difference between a fastball and a good breaking pitch by the rotation of the seams. If it comes into a dot, that means it's a hard, perfect slider working. And so far, now, even though it was located well, it wasn't that same bite.
Mark Ellis takes a strike. Exactly. We're not dogging the fact that he got the strikeout of Rajai Davis, but just going back to not having his Ervin Santana type of stuff, not locating that fastball. He's been up in the zone, and that slider not as tight as it normally is. As Ellis lines one to left field for a base hit. Carter will score. Pennington's going to be stopped there. It's 3-0 Oakland.
At this point, if you're a starting pitcher and you're having troubles with command, all you can hope for is a couple baseballs that are squared up and hit at your infielders. You get through an inning, then you can make the adjustments. I think Ervin, if he can get through this inning, going to have to start using that slow curveball and changeup just to get the hitters off balance enough, and then go back to the fastball. They're timing him pretty well as far as the fastball slider.
Ellis picks up his second hit of the game, his 43rd RBI. Jack Cuss steps in. He had an infield base hit in the first inning. He takes a breaking pitch in there for a strike. Hermida started the second with a solo home run, his first as a member of the Athletics, his 6th on the year. Carter followed with a 4-pitch walk. Pennington with a base hit. Davis a strikeout. The intentional walk to Barton, and now the single, an RBI by Ellis. Back-to-back breaking balls here puts Cuss in the hole, and no balls, 2 strikes. One ball, 2 strikes. Halo's looking for that double play ball. That pitch missed inside. It's 2-2.
Even though Jack Cuss doesn't run real well, doesn't hit into many double plays, only 5 on the season, more of a fly ball hitter, will swing and miss often. Not many ground balls, so you need a punch out here.
Foul at the plate. Wilson hangs on to it. He does. It's a strikeout. 2 outs. Bob Guerin's going to come out and argue, saying that that ball hit the ground.
I mean, there's no argument here. It looked like it got him right in his chest protector.
Yeah, it looked like maybe it got off the left or the right thigh. Sure enough, it stayed right in the body there. It's a strikeout. I don't know what Guerin's arguing. Never hit the ground. All 4 umpires coming up now.
The ball never hit the ground.
Never hit the ground. So what's the argument? And Guerin's got one of the best views imaginable on the first base side.
What are they doing here?
That's the first time I've heard that rule. If it's the case that he maybe didn't catch it cleanly, the ball doesn't touch the ground, it doesn't matter. Foul tipped and hung on to. Doesn't touch the ground. Stayed in the body. Matter of fact, Buckner looked at the baseball in the hand, never questioned it himself, and called the strikeout.
So you think both managers are former catchers. To me, that's an out.
I guess it's the first time for everything. Doesn't matter. Thanks for playing along, Jack Cuss.
Because we knew we marked it already in our scorecards.
I was getting ready to get my whiteout out just in case. So for the second time in the inning, Jack Cuss goes down swinging.
And there could have been an argument if it was a foul ball, that ball might have hit the dirt.
Yeah. So 2 outs, bases still loaded. 3-0 Oakland here in the second. Here's Kurt Suzuki. Had a sac fly in the first. And Suzuki takes a strike. 8th man to bat in the inning for Oakland. They've got Pennington at third, Barton at second, and Ellis Silver at first base. One ball, one strike. 50th pitch of this game for Ervin Santana here in the second inning. Another breaking pitch, and it's 2-1 now.
Well, last time off, Suzuki hit the pop up the shortstop on the breaking pitch. Now he's in a good hitter's count, 2-1. More likely we'll get a fastball, though. Irvin can throw his slider for a strike. More likely fastball.
And it's 3-1. Check swing. It's a strike. Suzuki asking if it was a strike or if he had gone around. And all we could see from the shiny helmet that C.B. Buckner is wearing is nodding yes. Perhaps in both instances.
Well, I'm always a big believer if he swung at it, then
it's a strike.
It's a strike.
3-2 rolled over to third as Ferris has got it. Across the diamond, that will end the inning. But the Oakland A's with 2 runs. Hernita picks up a solo home run. Marcellus an RBI single. We head to the bottom of the second. 3-0 A's. That was in the first inning. He retired all 3. A ground out and a couple of fly balls to center. Here in the second inning, Hunter, Rivera, and Napoli to face a left-hander. Big swing and a miss by Torre on that slow curveball. It's no balls and a strike. Torre hitting .284. Just after the 2-for-4 performance he had in yesterday's game, picking up an RBI, his 86th. Takes up and in. It's 1 ball, 1 strike. That one on the inside corner with a fastball. It's 1-2.
Right, nice job of pitching inside. For a young pitcher like Anderson, to be able to pitch inside against a hitter like Torrey Hunter is impressive.
Still coming back in there. Complete different philosophy by Oakland compared to that of the Chicago White Sox. Staying away from Torrey Hunter. The better part of the 3-game series. 2-2 line back up the middle. Kick save and a beauty by Anderson. Torrey is retired for the first out. That ball destined to go into center field for a leadoff single, and Anderson knocks it down, a la Jack Zorco for the first down.
Well, that was a nice play because that ball was hit pretty hard up the middle. Had time to be able to react, knock it down. Good call by Suzuki to point where the baseball was and to throw over the first base. We've seen some pretty good shots back up the middle in the last 2 games. Well, Jared Weaver had to field a missile back up the middle yesterday. He said he had it easily.
Nothing like knowing that ball was coming at you and headed for your noggin. Get out of the way, throw the glove up there. And
what did he say? He was trying to protect his pretty mug?
Yeah.
I don't know if he said pretty, but he was protecting his mug, that's for sure.
It's all in the eye of the beholder.
Yes.
That play we're talking about off the bat of Juan Pierre.
That's a pretty good play. The Matrix.
Very Keanu Reeves.
Yes.
One of the better actors of our generation. Juan Rivera with a 2-ball, no strike count. Takes a strike here, and it's 2-1. Ray hitting .254, 13 home runs and 50 runs batted in. Takes down low with 3 balls and a strike. Juan pulling this one past the diving Kuzman off, heading into the left field corner. Rounding first, heading to second. It's a 1-out double. First hit for the Angels. And a man in scoring position here for Mike Napoli.
20th double the season for Juan Rivera. Gets a fastball in the inner half and turns on right by Kuzma down the third base line for a double. A couple batters this inning, a couple good swings against Brett Anderson here to try to get back in the ball game. Now 3-0 here in the bottom of the second. Well, with the weather the way it is today, it's almost like playing in a day game here. The baseball is going to carry very well if you hit it in the air.
Napoli takes inside with that fastball. It's 1 ball, no strikes. .243 on the year, 26 home runs, team leader. In home runs, 67 runs batted in. It's 2 balls and no strikes. Halos in this homestand. A .175 batting average with men in scoring position. 5 for 26 against Texas. 5 for 31 against the White Sox. That one misconstrued. Looked like Anderson stumbled a little bit after the delivery of that pitch. It's 3-0.
Well, even though the Angels are down 3-0 here in the second inning, 3-0 count, Mike Napoli will get the green light if he gets a fastball that he could do some damage to.
Takes down low, and that's a 4-pitch walk. So 2 men on base for Meiser Asturis. Anderson, his first walk. And Asturis, his first appearance in a game since August the 19th. That was at Fenway Park against the Boston Red Sox. That was a win, the first win at the Halos out against the Red Sox at Fenway this year.
When he dove for a baseball, then hurt himself diving.
Takes a curveball down low, and it's 1 ball, no strikes. Meiser hitting .245 with 3 home runs and 25 runs batted in. And Anderson can't find the strike zone all of a sudden. It's 2 balls and no strikes. I mentioned earlier that a very talented pitcher in his own right, but twice having spent time on the disabled list this year. First coming back in late April, elbow inflammation and a forearm strain. And went back on the DL on June the 4th with a left elbow inflammation. 3 balls and no strikes.
He seems to be struggling with his landing foot. Stumbled once again when he followed through on his delivery.
Ibar on deck. There's a strike, 3-1. 17 balls, 16 strikes for Anderson here. He's got Rivera at second, who had a double with 1 out. Napoli follow with a walk. He's at first. 3-1 pitch. Full count. Runners go. The 3-2 fouled back.
He threw him a 3-2 curveball. Meister trying to get his timing back. It's not played in quite some time. That's the most difficult task for a hitter, is to get your timing of your swing back. You can have as much batting practice as you want, but it's live pitching. It's difficult to be able to read.
See if Rivera and Napoli take off again. The 3-2. Steers lines to the center field, a base hit. Juan will easily score. Heading to third base is Napoli. RBI single for Steers, and the Halos get on the board. They trail it 3-1.
Meister, a guy that's always hit well with men in scoring position throughout his career as a member of the Angels. Goes right up the middle. A fastball in the inner half, down. Pretty good piece of hitting. Will show the fastball was down. Not a bad pitch if you're Anderson, but a good inside-out approach for Meister. Steers. Hit that ball in the center field for an RBI. Now first and third with 1 out.
Well, prior to that pitch, and we talked about this when the Angels did it over the weekend, Mark Ellis wanted a pickoff attempt at second base. The spin move they tried once, nobody was biting. But Rivera took off as Ellis was heading toward the bag at second base, and that's why Ellis was near the bag as that ball sailed over his head.
And that's not a bad idea to have a pickoff put in there, because when you have Juan Rivera isn't certainly a stolen base threat, so he's trying to cheat and get an earlier jump. And Mike Napoli's going to be looking too. So he's in position to be able to get a pickoff. See him going. If he spins back around, he's got a great chance of picking Juan off at second base.
There's Ibar. Swings and misses there. They had gotten Suzuki on that backswing. No balls on the strike. First action for Erickson. It's the 15th. The Angels were in Cleveland.
It's the exact same pitch that Eric has had trouble hitting consistently, that down and in breaking ball, whether it's batting right-handed or left-handed.
We got word that here in Cleveland about Ibar, possible sports hernia. I think you're out for the rest of the year, especially with a couple of weeks. You see the backswing there on the left shoulder. Squeeze play attempt, and Ibar fouls it. Napoli heads back to third.
But they had a chance of being successful if Ibar puts that ball in play. Napoli read that very well going down the line. Waited till the perfect time to try to be able to score if that ball's put in play.
Throw to first as Steers is back. Count remains at no balls, 2 strikes. Tough go for Ibar prior to the injury, hitting .254 overall, 5 home runs, 27 runs batted in. He'd undergone an MRI last week. It revealed a appeared to be a sports hernia. So fouls this one at the plate. Now what got Suzuki? Lo and behold, back in the lineup. It's had a tough month of September.
When Donovan McNabb, the quarterback for the Eagles, had a similar thing, you could play through that for a while and then have the surgery after the season. But at this point, it was a surprise to see Eric back and playing.
0-2, little dribble out in front of the mound. Napoli's coming home, and he is safe at the plate, just under the tag of Kurt Suzuki. Bob Garrett is going to jog out and talk things over with Buckner. It's a 3-2 Oakland lead now.
Well, the interesting thing was Suzuki was pointing to first base for Anderson to throw over and get the guy at first.
There's not much to argue. It looks like Napoli got underneath the tag. Well, maybe the blockage of the foot there
Slowed him down enough. As he was sliding in, it looked like his foot got caught right on Suzuki's cleat. It was a pretty close play after all.
Boy, very close play.
But the interesting thing was Suzuki pointing to first base to Anderson initially on the play.
Fielder's choice and an RBI for Iba. Still one out as Bobby Wilson takes inside. Ibar with the RBI, is 28th of the year. As a pitcher in that situation, you get a little dribbler like that, you're not really looking up. It's more of an audible that you've got to run there. Runners go, and Wilson swings and misses. Throw goes to second. Ibar is easily in there. Now it looks like they're calling interference here. Davey Buckner telling Doug Eddings, the second base umpire, that there is interference.
Both runners have to go back. There's some interesting things going on in this game already.
And it is.
Yes.
It's interference. Mike Scioscia wants an explanation from CB Buckner. We are approaching 1 hour as we play here in the second inning. A lot of interesting things have happened already.
CB's been involved in quite a bit already this game. Quite a few discussions.
And now we're going to have a conversation. Bobby Wilson should be out, right? But folks, if you're a baseball fan, just grab a rule book because today is Baseball 101.
We learned a lot about the rule book today. Found out about it, that foul tip, it cannot be caught in your body.
Wilson up to third base line. Borges has got himself an infield base hit. They are loaded up now for Howard Kendrick.
That's a perfect bunt. How quick he's getting down the line for an infield hit. Now loading the bases.
So down by a run, bases loaded, 2 outs. And Howie takes a strike. Kendrick had a fly ball to center field in the first inning, so he is 0 for 1. Wilson gets drives just an at-bat there. It's batter's interference for the second out. One ball, one strike. Well, just like the A's in the top of the second inning, in which they sent 8 men to the plate, the Angels have returned the favor, looking for more with the 2 runs they have here. Sharply hit. Mark Ellis knocks it down. He's got no play. The run scores. We're tied at 3. A base hit for Howie Kendrick knocks this game up.
Well, a lot of things happened early in this ball game. 3-3 now. That infield base hit by Howie Kendrick. Again, up the middle. Good swing. Ellis tried to knock it down to flip it over to second, but unable to field it cleanly. To heel the glove almost. Then slips.
Mark Ellis, usually one of those reliable guys defensively. Ball was sharply hit off the bat of Howie. So Abreu steps up with the bases loaded. Naylor's have batted around here in the second inning. Brett Anderson losing his control. The second and third batters in this inning. He got the first batter, Torrey Hunter, when he kicked the ball that was destined to go into center field for a leadoff base hit. And he threw out Torrey, but then gave up the double to Rivera, the walk to Napoli, RBI single to Asturias, the fielder's choice to Ibar, the weird play to Bobby Wilson, the single to Borges, now the single by Howie. As Bobby unloads there and fouls it straight back. It's no balls, 2 strikes.
Boy, hanging breaking pitch. He's fortunate enough that was fouled off.
Count remains at no balls, 2 strikes. Bobby had a fly ball to center himself in the first inning. He's 0 for 1. Got Ibar at third, Borges at second, Kendrick at first. Good speed all around.
And Anderson has it, and every once in a while will overthrow his breaking pitch and throw a wild pitch. Head of the count, chance to expand the strike zone.
This one looped toward left. Chris Carter is there. Will make the catch down in the inning, but the Angels tie things up. We've played 2 here at the Big A, and we're not at 3. It's the top of the third inning, and we're tied at 3. Kevin Kuzminoff to lead things off here against Ervin Santana. Kuzminoff, Hermida, and Carter. They scheduled 3 batters. 70 pitches were thrown in the second. Combined.
That's it?
That's it. 70. Kuzminoff pulls one to left field. There's a base hit. Leadoff man is on board. Kevin had hit a fly ball to right field to end the first inning, so he's 1 for 2. Hey fans, if you're looking for a great value, look no further than the Angels Friends and Family Fun Pack presented by JetBlue. You can enjoy 4 game tickets, 4 hot dogs, 4 soft drinks for just $44. The final Friends and Family Fun Pack game of this year. It is tomorrow night. Halos taking on the A's. Purchase your family fun pack today at angelsbaseball.com. Jeremy Hermida takes a strike. Hermida hit a home run, leading off the second, his 6th of the year. He's 1 for 1. Ervin misses outside and evens the count at 1-1.
Well, if you're Ervin Santana right now, the first 2 innings obviously not locating his pitches, but then you look up and see the score tied. Brand new ball game, an opportunity to get your 18th victory if you could put up some zeros and get the offense continue to swing some good attacks at Anderson, and all of a sudden you get a chance to win. You got to go back in there and start pressing the issue if you're Ervin.
Well, he gets the out here of Hermida with the fly ball to left. 1 out. Kuzminoff still at first, and here's Chris Carter. Carter had a 4-pitch walk in the second inning. One of 2 walks issued by Ervin tonight. The other, an intentional walk to Derek Barton. He's also struck out 2. He's given up 7 hits. Carter lays off that high fastball, and it's 1 ball, no strikes. Even though they appealed, they did go around. A strike call from Kerwin Danley. Nice job, Kerwin. And it's no balls and a strike. Carter came around to score one of the 2 runs in that second. He swings and misses on that breaking ball. It's 0-2. Got a couple of guys in the lineup for Oakland that were both traded for Dan Herron. I mentioned earlier that Carter was originally a 15th round pick of the White Sox. He went to the Diamondbacks in exchange for Carlos Quinton a couple of years back. He was part of that huge package coming from Arizona to Oakland. Included Brett Anderson, tonight's starter, Dana Evelyn, Greg Smith, all 3 pitchers, Chris Carter, Aaron Cunningham, and Carlos Gonzalez, all going to the Athletics for Dan Herron and Connor Robertson. Swing and a miss. Down goes Carter. There is out number 2.
Well, like most young power hitters, the adjustment up to the big league level, trying to hit breaking pitches, even though that wasn't necessarily a sharp slider, Ervin was still located well enough where it got him out in front and get a swing and miss.
There's strike 1 on Cliff Pennington. The shortstop who had a base hit in the second inning and was stranded.
The thing I have noticed, Victor, in this game, even though it's still early, Ervin Santana, the velocity on the fastball, 88, 89. A couple 92-mile-an-hour fastballs. Hasn't had that dominant fastball yet tonight. Not a little better at 91, but generally you're going to see Ervin settle on 93, 94, occasionally at 95. Still good enough. If you locate the pitches with movement, you're going to get outs.
Upstairs is that fastball. That's 1 ball, 2 strikes. Hey, did somebody send you up a little treat? A cellophane bag?
Some cotton candy.
Where'd that come from?
It was Bank of America people. Send it up here to me. As a gift. They know how I love pink cotton candy.
Is it stuffed with money?
I'm searching.
Bank of America. The official bank of the Angels.
It's certainly not sticky at all either with warm weather. I think you're going to have to share with me tonight on this one, Victor. I can't eat that whole thing of cotton candy.
Man of your stature. Best you go at it alone.
Thank you.
Pennington chopper back up the middle. Ibar's got it. Touches second base. And they get the out that ends the inning. We get to the bottom of the third. Here's the big A. Tied at 3. Torrey Hunter leads things off here, tied at 3. We'll take a look at our U.S. Marines leaders of the game with Torrey at the plate. He's 0 for 1 with a comebacker. Leads the Angels with 86 runs batted in, 12 ribeyes of the last 14 games.
Opportunity once again to get over 90 RBIs in the season.
Slices that breaking pitch into right field. The leadoff man is on board.
Now it's time for a Coors Light cold hard blast. Juan Rivera, it's a fastball in the inner half, turns on it. It's a bullet by Kuzminov down the third base line for a stand-up double. Double number 20 on the season for Juan Rivera. That was our Coors Light cold hard blast.
Doubles on the year for Juan. Started the rally for the Angels in that second inning. Halo scored 3 times on 4 hits, leaving 3 left on base. Torrey takes off. They pick off to first. Throw down to second. They call a balk. First base umpire Kerwin Danley called a balk. Anderson redirecting. He was coming home for sure. Decided to throw on to first base.
Second balk on the season for Brett Anderson. Yeah, at a corner of your eye when you see a base runner going, you sometimes try to do something too quick. It's already going home as he delivered the ball over to first base. So we figured he'd try it again at second.
Yeah.
That's always been something that's always boggled my mind, that you can spin around and not throw to second base, but if you do anything like that at first, it's a balk.
You're boggled by something that gives you an advantage throughout your career?
Because I never did that spin move back there.
That's why. Well, aren't you the best athlete on the field?
I did the conventional turn around and fire at the second. I didn't do the spin move.
Did you aim for a certain spot?
I threw right at the base.
And if it happened to be a guy that you didn't really care for, did you actually try to Maybe aimed towards his hip area?
No.
No target practice?
No.
That never happened, right?
Never. It might have gotten away every once in a while, but never tried to do so.
It was alleged.
I did enough of that when they were at the plate hitting guys accidentally.
2 balls and a strike here on Rivera. Torrey's got a big lead at second. Rivera grounds one to short, and Torrey's hung up. They'll throw to second base, and he'll throw it wildly. And Rivera will reach. Thank you very much. Torrey was dead to rights. Good throw by Pennington, and Ellis is there to tag out Torrey for the first out.
Is it the heat here in September?
I don't know what it is.
It's the high temperatures. There's some weird plays going on today.
Hilarious.
Yes. I mean, it's a play where you're just going to go right to first.
That would, if Ellis doesn't get it, it goes off the cranium of the second base umpire, Doug Eddings.
I mean, that's a play right there. If you're Ellis, you're frozen. You're not thinking of going to second base regardless. Even though he was shading up the middle, that's a routine out at first. And you've got the base runner going back. He's not going to be able to advance. Take the out. Even a perfect throw, it's going to be difficult to get him at second.
So here's Napoli. 2 on, nobody out. Mike had a walk in the second inning, came around to score a run. Takes that pitch in there for a strike, right around the knees. 0-1. 3 runs, 7 hits, 6 left on for Oakland. 3 runs, 5 hits, 3 left on for the Angels as we play here in the bottom of the third. Napoli yanks out a foul off the facade of the Sweet Seats. It's no balls, 2 strikes.
But even behind in the count, you just have a sense that Napoli's going to really get a pitch to drive here against Anderson. A lot of things have gone against the youngster here.
Ball, 2 strikes. The 1-2. Napoli floating one down the right field line. Long run over for Hermida. It's a foul ball. So the count remains at a ball and 2 strikes. 63 pitches thrown by Brett Anderson. 41 for strikes. No strikeouts, 1 walk. The 1-2. Napoli fouls it back.
Well, the youngsters coming to the game today. Now in their Angel gear.
Might be Junior Angel Kid Club members.
Could be.
Wearing the pink jerseys. Another 1-2. Napoli lays off the breaking pitch. 2 balls, 2 strikes. They want an appeal. Danley doesn't even bother. He just shakes it off. And now Kerwin actually, to appease everyone, shows the safe sign. 2-2. Napoli foul tips one into the mid of Suzuki, and he'll go down swinging for the first down. Hey, folks, join the Angels in sunny Tempe, Arizona. Speaking of the temperature here, that is next spring for the 2011 Angels official spring training package. You'll get the best game tickets, hotel accommodations, great merchandise, and an exclusive barbecue with an appearance by a member of the Angels coaching staff or spring training roster. Don't delay. Call 1-800-8-WARM-UP to reserve your package today. Meister takes a strike.
Nice barbecue out there in Tempe.
Perfect time of the year to be out there, too. No balls, 2 strikes. Can't believe that 2 o'clock today, out in the center field warning track area, it registered 190.
190. What was it, downtown in Los Angeles today? 107 or 110? 113, which is a record high. I would hope that would be a record high.
Yeah.
So much for the coldest summer on the books.
1-2, and that's fouled back. I remember being in Arizona in 1990. And at that point, instead of record high, it might still even be the record high. It was like 123, 122. The airport had to be shut down. But it's a dry heat.
Yeah. I love that one. It's a dry heat. There's no humidity.
Asturis goes down swinging. 2 outs. Back-to-back strikeouts for Anderson. That's why you play games at 10 o'clock in the morning in Arizona. It's summertime. So 2 outs, 2 on. 3-3 tie here in the third. There's Eric Ibar. Reached on the fielder's choice. Picked up an RBI. His 28th. With his second inning at bat. Anderson seems to have gotten that breaking pitch over. 0-1. Torrey had a leadoff base hit to right field. Rivera reached on the fielder's choice, but then Napoli and the Stewards have gone down swinging. Breaks his bat, loops one on the infield. Pennington almost slips and falls down, but able to right himself and makes the out. The Angels lead 2 more base runners. We've played 3. It's still tied at 3. With a 17-win season for the Angels. Who are the other 4?
Bartolo Colon, Kelvin Escobar.
Rajai Davis swinging on 0-1, lifts a fly ball to right field. Torrey puts it away, and there's the first out. Davis in 0 for 3 now.
He's helping you out, Victor. He's trying to help you figure out the other 2 now.
I just leave it for the people.
That's nice of you.
Oh, well. Those are good guesses.
You like them?
Yeah. I should say answers, because you were definitive with those responses. So it's not really a guess. Those are your answers. Barton out to left field. Ervin Santana, a chance to have a quick inning. That just jinx that.
Now he just needs a fly ball to center field. And set. All three outfielders making a play. 1-2-3 inning. It's not asking a lot.
No. Mark Ellis stepping to the plate with 2 outs and nobody on. He's had a 2-hit game, 2 for 2 with an RBI. The RBI his 43rd of the year. Ellis out to the alley in left center field. Borges not going to get this one. It's a 3-hit game for Ellis as he heads into second base with a double. So 2 singles and a double, his 22nd double of the year. It's a man in scoring position here for Jack Cust.
Number 32, designated hitter Jack Cust.
And Ellis pretty comfortable tonight against Ervin. Well, back inside with a fastball. This time it was out over the plate and down. It's his 3rd hit coming into this game, though, and he hit 182 against Ervin. It's 8 for 44. The 3 hits in this game.
Jack Cust with a base hit, infield variety, and a strikeout as he swings and misses on that breaking pitch. Jack had the pleasure of striking out twice in the second inning. One was disputed as he lines this one to left field for a base hit, being waved around as Ellis. Rivera is up. A double clutches there, and that's going to allow the run to score, and it's 4-3.
Look initially that he would have a chance to play at the plate because the ball was hit hard. But a tough time getting a grip. A double clutch, no chance you're going to be able to throw out Ellis, who did get a good jump on that baseball. Scores the go-ahead run.
Cust picking up his 49th run batted in. As Kurt Suzuki steps in. He takes outside of the fastball. So a couple of fly ball outs, a double and a single for the A's. Back on top by the score of 4-3. They got a run in the first, 2 in the second, now 1 here in the fourth. The Angels, their 3 runs coming in the bottom of the second. 2 balls, no strikes.
Judging by the number of pitches both starting pitchers have thrown already early in this game, it's going to be a won or loss down in the bullpens for both clubs. Have to get significant outs out of their bullpens.
Three balls and no strikes. That's a 4-pitch walk. 3rd issued by Ervin. 1 was intentional. They go face Kevin Kuzminov. Kuzminov with a fly ball to right and a base hit. So a 1-for-2 game. Bob is going to go out, talk things over with Ervin. The Angels bullpen scrambling to get somebody up and loosening in a hurry. Ervin had 82 pitches, 51 for strikes. Michael Kahn is the first man up. Kuzminov chasing a pitch out of the strike zone, evens the count at 1-1.
He did Irvin a favor by swinging at that pitch, especially after a walk to Suzuki and fall behind 1-0, and then he's swinging a pitch that far off the outside corner.
Cuss the man at second, Suzuki over at first. The 1-1. Jam shot foul. First base side, it's 1-2. The A's in the month of September, 12-12 record. The Angels at 11-11. Halos, because of their record against the Seattle Mariners, very good record within the division at 30-20 mark versus the 26-24 for the Athletics. As that pitch is upstairs, and it's 2 balls, 2 strikes. Seattle ended up beating Texas earlier tonight. Yankees lost and the Rays lost the American League East. And Boston won. They beat the White Sox. Swing and a miss. Down goes Kuzminov. That ends the third, but Oakland gets a RBI single by Jack Cuss. They retake the lead as they're up 4-3. Then come to Carl's Jr. for the Philly Cheesesteak Burger and by Hawaiian Gardens Casino. Get your game on. Bobby Wilson takes down low for ball 1 to start the bottom of the 4th inning. A 4-3 Oakland lead. This one out to straightaway center field. Chasing Davis back. Still going back and at the wall. He'll make the catch. What you were talking about earlier as far as on a typical night here. That ball doesn't travel that far. It's a long out in the first here in the 4th inning. We'll go back to our AT&T trivia question for tonight. Irvin Santana, the 5th pitcher born outside the U.S. with a 17-win season for the Angels. Who are the other 4? Kirk McCaskill and Bert Blyleven from the Netherlands.
Kurt McCaskill. Great hockey player back in his day also. Good golfer now.
This one over to third. Kuzminov is playing on the grass. That is out number 2. Borges had a field base hit A bunt base hit in the second inning, so it's 1 for 3 on the night. Kind of like Irvin, but Anderson has a chance for a quick inning here in the bottom of the fourth. Didn't work out for Irvin so well.
Hopefully not the same for Anderson, too. How about a gapper right here and a home run?
Takes a strike on the outside corner, does Howie. No balls, 2 strikes. Howie 1 for 2 on an RBI base hit in the second. Shoots this one towards Ellis. He's got it on 1 hop. It's a 1-2-3 inning for Anderson. We are through 4 here at the Big A, and Oakland is on top 4-3. Top of the 5th inning, it's 4-3 Oakland. Irvin Santana back out of the mound facing Jeremy Hermida. Delivers a breaking ball for a strike as we go back to our Hyundai key to the game.
18 in life. Irvin Santana needs some more life on that fastball to be in line to win his 18th game, which would be a career high. Has an opportunity if he can have a clean 5th inning here. More than likely to be his last inning. Still have a chance to get a W.
Howie Kendrick calling this one on the grass. 1 away. Made a 1 for 3 on the night. Had a home run in the second inning.
Number 22.
That'll bring up Chris Carter, the left fielder. Carter takes the breaking ball for a strike. Had a 4-pitch walk and a run scored in the second inning. Struck out in the third, so he's 0 for 1. Another 7:05 start tomorrow night here at the Big A. 12:35 Wednesday afternoon. The final home game of the year. Tomorrow it's Dallas Braden, the left-hander, against Dan Herron. Wednesday afternoon, Bobby Kramer against Joel Pinheiro. Carter breaks his bat, loops one to shallow right center field. Borges makes the catch. There are 2 outs. So 2 outs for Irvin here to strike the 5th. And that'll bring up Cliff Pennington. Irvin shooting for his first 1-2-3 inning.
Delivers a strike at 91. Good location. Looking for that bounce back inning here to put himself in position to get a potential win.
1 ball, 1 strike. Pennington with a base hit in the second inning, stole a base. Reach on the fielder's choice. This one looped out toward left center field. That's going to split the outfielders. And Pennington heads to second with a 2-out double. Same exact thing that happened to Irvin in the 4th. That's when Ellis had a 2-out double. Eventually came around to score. Gave Oakland the 4-3 lead.
Now in a position where he has to get this out. Mike Scioscia's not going to be hesitant going to that bullpen.
'26th double for Pennington. There's Rajai Davis, 0 for 3. A couple of fly ball outs and a strikeout. Swing and a miss on the breaking ball. Got through the wicket of Wilson, but it hit C.B. Buckner. And the snowball is 2 strikes.
Boy, Davis has chased a couple bad breaking pitches in the dirt so far in this game. 4th at bat already. We're in the 5th inning.
Defensive swing there. The count remains at no balls, 2 strikes.
I think he was looking for a breaking pitch. Well, now you have options. You can rush another fastball inside, or you can bounce that slider.
He bounced the slider. Davis went around. That is a strikeout. The 5th of the night for Irvin Santana. No damage. With that 2-out double, we head to the bottom of the 5th inning. Oakland still up 4-3. Halos down by a run, 4-3 here in the bottom of the 5th inning. They have 3, 4, and 5. Abreu, Hunter, and Rivera. Face Brett Anderson throwing 81st pitch of the night. It's a strike. It is 0-1 on Bobby. 0 for 2 with a fly ball to center and a fly ball to left. Nice play by the first baseman Barton. There's out number 1.
That wasn't a real easy hop for Barton to be able to make that play. Between, backhand, nice play. They run over and touch first on his own because Anderson was falling towards third baseline and became a spectator, did not run over right away. It was solid all around for Barton.
There's Torrey, who's had a 1-for-2 night, had a base hit in the third inning as a leadoff man. Had a base hit taken away from him. His first AB, that one going off the foot of Anderson. He knocked it down with that foot. Last minute kick, keeping it on the infield. Just got underneath that one and flips it out toward right center. Rajai Davis will make the catch. There are 2 outs. Just by that bat flip, too, of course. You can tell that Torrey just missed that pitch.
What a pitch he again is going to do some damage to. Just got away with that.
Anderson quietly has put 7 in a row in the books after giving up that fielder's choice to Juan Rivera, who steps to the plate now, 1-for-2. Juan had a double down the left field line, his 20th of the year. And eventually scored one of the 3 runs that came across in the second inning. Needless to say, a very interesting ball game tonight. There has been just about everything that has happened that could happen occur. Batter's interference, plays at the plate, check swings.
Foul tip back to the catcher. It wasn't caught or not called a third strike. The ruling on that is you have to it has to hit off your glove first or your bare hand, and then you can catch it off your body, but you can't catch it right off your body right away.
Makes absolutely no sense.
Exactly.
But then again, there are a lot of rules in the Major League Baseball rule book that make absolutely no sense. You're whole deceiving the runner theory.
And that fake throw to third and over the first doesn't make a whole lot of sense.
Vera takes that one to the dirt. It's 2 balls, 2 strikes. Anderson bouncing down one just out in front of the plate. There's been 1 inning. Check that, 2 innings in which the side has been retired in order. That was Anderson both in the first and fourth innings. The 2-2 outside, full count. Napoli on deck. Irvin twice has retired, or faced, I should say, 4 batters in an inning. And with no action in the bullpen, it looks like he might be coming back out for the 6th inning. 3-2, missed inside. Rivera has drawn a 2-out walk. Second walk issued by Anderson to go with the 2 strikeouts. And here comes Napoli, who's walked and struck out. 0 for 1 night.
Well, so often a 2-out walk comes back to haunt you as a pitcher because you just lose that focus. Just when you think you're going to have a quick inning, lo and behold, a walk, that negative thought goes through your mind. You make a mistake.
Chopper to short. Pennington's got it on 2 hops. In the inning. 2-out walk is stranded. We have played 5 here at the Big A. Oakland still up by the score 4-3.
It has to hit your glove or hand first before you can corral that baseball and get the strikeout. That was our Coors Light Free Scan, brought to you by Frost Brewed. Coors Light is exactly what we just talked about.
Because so often the foul tip goes off the glove, enabling the catcher the opportunity to make the catch with the body.
Boy, at least 4 or 5 times a game, don't you think?
Absolutely. 2, 3, and 4 due up for Oakland. Derek Barton swinging here. And it's no balls, 2 strikes. Missed inside of that fastball, 1-2. Barton with a base hit in the first inning, a walk in the second, hit a fly ball to left. That came in the fourth. Roller up the first base line, but foul. Count remains at 1 ball, 2 strikes. 15 hits combined here. Oakland has 10 of them. Halos 5. 15 base runners left on board. 9 for the Athletics, 6 for the Angels. Action in the Angels' pen. Looks like Khan is back up and loosening. Barton rolls over this one to first. Napoli's got it. He'll leave Santana. There's the first out. Take a look at our Lexus pursuing perfection tonight. Mark Ellis getting a single out to right field. Early strike for Oakland. They got a run in the first inning. Second inning, they got a couple of runs. They got a run in the fourth inning. Mark Ellis has been a big part of those 10 hits. A 3-for-3 game, 2 singles, a double, an RBI, and a run score.
And the impressive thing is 8 for 44 in his career against Urban Santana. But 3 hits in this game against him. Continues his hot month of September.
No 1 pitch. Outside. Count even at 1-1. A double that Ellis got in the fourth inning came with 2 outs. Eventually scored in that base hit by Jack Cust. 22nd double for Ellis. A guy who could be a potential free agent depending on what the Athletics decide to do. The team has a $6 million option on him. As we talked about earlier, they have some money coming off the books.
Lots of money.
Ben Sheets kind of money. The $10 million coming off the books. Eric Chavez, another $13 million. You wouldn't suspect that the A's would pick up that $6 million option on Ellis, but you never know. He's done a nice job. Handles the bat well.
Good contact hit, only 3 errors coming in the game. Defense, not a ton of range.
$6 million, a lot of money.
For a club that doesn't have huge revenue coming in, except for revenue sharing money.
So if you factored that in there, now you're talking about almost $30 million coming off the books that we know of right now. They've got a pretty good rotation. They got some arms in their bullpen. Joey Devine should be on the mend and on his way back next year.
Well, they do have some good arms. That gives you a chance to win a number of games. And they stayed in the race this entire season, mainly because of the fact that they can throw up so many zeros, whether it's the rotation or out of their bullpen. It's just been the lack of consistent run production, particularly in the power side for the A's.
Their staff ERA, 3.62. Their starters have a 3.54 ERA. Relievers at 3.81. Two balls and a strike here on Jack Cust.
It's a good staff, but not quite the dominant staff of the 90s when you had Hudson, Mulder, and Zito coming up all at the same time. But it's still a quality group of young arms.
Yeah, it's not like you said, Zito, Mulder, Hudson. And you knew that you had 3 guys out there. And if you got all 3 in that 3-game series, pretty much a shutdown weekend.
Well, all through strikes.
And even when Dan Herron got to Oakland, You added him to the mix. Of course, Mulder taken out in that trade, but
as I recall, though, the only difference, I don't think they were real strong in the back end of their bullpen. That was the only difference maker between that club and this club. They have a lot of good arms out of their bullpen now. A lot of options.
Rich Harden then came up.
Boy, how many times did you hear he was going to win the Cy Young in the American League when he first came up with Oakland? Because he had a power fastball, an electric breaking pitch.
There's that staff ERA leading the American League. Head of the Twins and the Rays. 2-2. Swing and a miss. Ervin Santana with a 1-2-3 inning for the first time tonight. And that is strikeout number 6. But Oakland still on top 4-3. Home phone and wireless. Visit AT&T.com or call 1-800-PICK-AT&T for details. By your Southern California Ford dealers, where you'll find the new Transit Connect. Check it out at scforddealers.com. And by 76 Gasoline. We're on the driver's side. Halos down by a run. Setting up the bottom third of their order here in the 6th inning against Brett Anderson. Is Stuart Zybar and Wilson. Meiser 1 for 2 on an RBI single and a run scored in the 2nd. Lines went into center field. The leadoff man promptly on board. He scores his 2nd hit of the game. First action for Meiser since the 19th of August. Been on the disabled list several times this year. Nice to see him back.
Did a couple good swings too for Meiser. Same kind of swing as the first. By this time was elevated in the inner half. Went inside out. They sit up the middle. Ibar may be asked to bunt here. See if we can advance Meiser in the scoring position.
Big Texans up. Jordan Walden. Meiser looked like he was taken off for second base as Ibar bunted that one foul. Looks like Brad Ziegler is going to get up and start playing catch. Submariner. Ibar reached on the fielder's choice, picked up an RBI in the 2nd. For 2-9 for Eric and his return to action.
Not a bad opportunity to push bunt to the right side, too, with Anderson falling over towards third base on his delivery. Kuzminoff charging in from third. Barton's got to hold the base runner close.
And Anderson wants to talk things over with Suzuki in a clear sacrifice situation.
Take the out. That's what you got to. The mindset always has to be, if you're a pitcher and the catcher in this scenario, you got to. They're giving you an out. Now, if they make a bad bunt, you can get them at second base. So be it. But you're going to get an out one way or the other way if you execute.
Push bunt on the first base side. Anderson picks it up. High throw. Ellis does get the foot on the bag, and the sacrifice works as Meiser ends up at second base.
A high throw. Ellis is able to get his foot on the base, even though initially he had it on. When you make it a second attempt to touch the base, that gives an indication to the umpire that you hadn't touched it the first time, and sometimes they'll call you safe at first, even though he clearly caught the ball and was able to have his foot on the bag right away.
Well, Bobby Wilson with a man in scoring position, trying to tie things up here. Takes that pitch in the dirt. What a nice job by Suzuki. That ball, as we saw in the fifth inning, a lot of breaking pitches falling short of the plate. Hitting off the chest protector of Suzuki.
Good job of shifting your body, giving up your body to keep that in front, so Meiser was unable to advance to third base. Suzuki catches a ton of gains, but still solid defensively behind the plate for the A's.
Bobby pops it up to shallow center. Pennington, Ellis, and Davis. It's the shorts down. Pennington making the catch, 2 outs. The Angels scored 3 times in the second inning on 4 hits, and since that inning, they've had 2 hits. There's a single by Torrey leading off the third, a single by Asturis leading off the 6th inning. There's Borges, who's out of 1 for 3 night. Bunt single in the second inning.
As Anderson gets a little tired here, as he getting close to that 100 pitch mark, can elevate a fastball. Borges very quick on the elevated pitch.
Swings through that outside fastball. It's 1 ball, 1 strike. I like the idea of Borges, especially late in the season like this, getting a chance to bat in the leadoff spot, see more pitches, get more at-bats or plate appearances. Take a different approach than perhaps you would in the 9th spot in the order.
Also, you're going to see all the pitches. When you bat leadoff, generally, pitchers think you have a pretty good idea of plate coverage, so you're going to get fastballs, you're going to get changeups, you're going to get curveballs and sliders. The 9th spot, you're going to get a lot of fastballs. Borges doing a nice job tracking that pitch down and in. Knew it was a ball. It's your good eye level look when you look and track that pitch down.
Little chopper over to third. Kuzmanov cuts it off. Slings it over to first, and Peter is retired for the 3rd out. No runs ahead, 1 left on. We played 6 here at the Big A. 4-3 Oakland. Top of the 7th inning here at the Big A. 4-3 Oakland. Kurt Suzuki, Kevin Kuzminoff, Jeremy Hermida to face the new pitcher on the mound. That is Michael Kahn taking over for Ervin Santana.
Michael Kahn's done a nice job. His 22nd game, ERA 2.45. Good fastball with good running action. When he throws within the strike zone, stays within his mechanics. Very effective. 93-94 on the fastball. His slider's very solid, as is his curveball.
Ervin tonight, 6 innings, 6 strikeouts, 3 walks. 1 was intentional, 4 runs all earned on 10 hits and 1 home run. That was to Hermida leading off the 2nd inning. 5th game this year in which Ervin has allowed 10 or more hits. Swing at the first pitch is Suzuki. The snowball's in the strike. Most hits that Ervin had allowed in a game is 12 back on the 4th of August against the Baltimore Orioles, lasting just 3 2/3 in Camden Yards.
Nice job, though, by Ervin. Certainly didn't have his best stuff. In the last 2 innings, put up some zeros, gives his team a chance to win this game.
Suzuki with a sacrifice fly, a ground out and a walk, so 0 for 1 game. Pulls this one over to third, backhanded in and out of the glove of the square. Strong throw to first and safe at first, an infield base hit.
A nice recovery by Meister on the backhand. Able to knock it down. A strong throw across the diamond. Oh, a real close play. Long throw, too, for Meister. All in one motion. Well, that's as close as you can get to a tie at first base.
Kuzminoff swings to the first pitch and pops it up. Howie on the dirt. 1 out. Time now for our Land Rover Extraordinary Plays of the Night.
The foul tip that was not a strike. And then the catcher's interference, the batter's interference, I should say, on the throw by the catcher. And then the balk by Anderson. And the decision to go to second base when you have an easy 6-3 play. There's been some unusual plays in this game, to say the least.
Jeremy Hermida 1 for 3. Solo home run in the 2nd inning, his 6th of the year. A couple of fly ball outs in his other 2 plate appearances, so 1 for 3 night. Suzuki doesn't have a very big lead over at first base. Hermida lines one back up the middle, a base hit into center field. Borges gets it back in. And the A's have runners at first and second with 1 out, and Chris Carter coming up.
And the A's, although they haven't hit real well this season, the Pats had some big games against the Angels pitchers. Well, up there in Oakland, what they scored that 1 game against Scott Kazmir, they scored 13 runs off him alone. They've had some games in which they've squared up the baseball pretty well.
Carter lays off that breaking pitch. 0 for 2 night for the left fielder. A walk and a run scored in the 2nd inning, a strikeout in the 3rd, and a fly ball to center. That came in the 5th inning. Kahn last pitch early on in the homestand when he took on the Texas Rangers for an inning. That was back on the 22nd. Picked up his first major league victory. That was the last road trip, September 17th against the Tampa Bay Rays. Falls behind here on Carter. 2 balls and a strike. Suzuki, the catcher, at second base. Hermida over at first. And a 3-1. There's a walk, and they're loaded up.
Well, now a difficult task to get a double play to get through the inning. Pennington runs very well. Well, he has hit into 7 double plays. One of the times, if you want to throw a sinker off the outside part of the plate, get a ground ball back to you at the mound, on the mound, throw it home to first. You have to throw that first pitch strike.
First pitch outside to Cliff Pennington, the shortstop. 2 for 3. Francisco Rodriguez is up and loosening. Pitch runner over at first base, great Gabe Gross is taking over for Chris Carter. One-0. Swing and a miss. Good fastball there. And it's 1 ball, 1 strike. One. High pop up to shallow right. Kendrick going out. Torrey coming in. Torrey will have the call. There's no tag as Suzuki is coming down the line. And there are 2 outs. Big out there for Kahn with the bases loaded. 1 away.
That's in the right play, too, for Torrey, because he's coming in on the baseballs compared to an infielder going back. Always had that possibility of it trying to tag. And that was what we saw early in the game on the fly ball that Eric Ibar caught. A good call by Torrey Hunter coming in. The momentum going forward. No chance to be able to tag and score on Torrey.
Top of the order now, Rajai Davis. 0 for 4 now with a couple of strikeouts against Irvin. The breaking ball is in there for a strike. A little backup breaking pitch. Davis doesn't like the call. Kahn looking at his hand after delivering that pitch. We got Suzuki at third, Hermida at second. It's Gabe Gross, the pinch runner, at first base. And the 1-1. A strike again. 1-2. And again, Davis doesn't like the call, glancing back to C.B. Buckner.
And not exactly the way Michael Kahn wanted to throw that slider again, getting underneath the pitch. That's what we call a cement mixer as far as the slider, because his front shoulder opening up doesn't allow him to have the proper mechanics of time when he's rushing towards the plate.
One-two swing and a miss. Down goes Davis. Kahn gets himself into trouble, works his way out of it. We head to the 7th, at least the bottom of the 7th. Angels still down. 3 and 4 due up for the Halos. Dave Gross stays in the game, and he will patrol left field for Oakland. Brett Anderson delivers a strike to Howie Kendrick. Howie 1 for 3 with an RBI base hit in the second inning. Anderson down 103 pitches. 2 strikeouts, 2 walks. Sharp bite to that breaking pitch there. And it is 1 and 2.
That might have been his best breaking pitch through the entire game. Yep. Stayed on top of that very well.
Just got a piece of that one.
Back up with another good breaking pitch. 105 pitches, 71 in the strike zone. He's done a nice job of recovering in that second inning.
Howie fouls it off to the right in the club level seats. Another 1-2. There's a breaking ball again. 2 balls, 2 strikes. "12 hits for Oakland. They've stranded 12 men. 6 hits for the Angels. They've left 7 on base. It goes off the glove of Suzuki, and it's a full count.
Very tough decision, too, for Guerin. If Anderson does walk, you have a left-hander on deck and Bobby Abreu, but again, Anderson is struggling now as the pitch count's getting higher. Want to keep him healthy for next season.
Swing and a miss. Down goes Kendrick. There's the first out here, the 7th. Hey, folks, Friday, September 24th was a special day. The Angels franchise officially marked the start of the year-long 50th anniversary celebration. The next 12 months will include many fan promotions and opportunities to join in on the excitement. Stay current as news releases and events are announced on angelsbaseball.com/50. angelsbaseball.com/50, your #1 information source for all things 50th anniversary.
All things.
All encompassing. Bobby Abreu takes the breaking pitch down and away for ball 1. Abreu 0 for 3 as a DH tonight. 2 flyable outs and a ground out. Oakland with a run in the first, 2 in the second, 1 in the fourth. The Halos, all 3 of their runs coming in the second. Very reminiscent of the series against the Chicago White Sox. Did a couple of runs early, and then that's it.
It's really been the reason why Mike Scioscia's Angels aren't battling Texas to the end and have that 4-game series in Arlington means something, because of that lack of consistency as far as getting the clutch hit, or when you sense your opponent is in trouble, finishing them off with a bunch of hits in a row.
Two balls and a strike here on Bobby. This one will reach the seats on the third base side. The count evens at 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Also, you got to fight your way through at times, whether you're a starting pitcher or a guy out of the bullpen. You don't have your best stuff. I don't mind if you throw strikes, chances are your defense is going to pick you up. Seen that where you're struggling, all of a sudden you look up, it's 5, 6, 7 runs against you, and the way the offense has not performed this year, it's tough to come back.
Bray takes outside. It's a full count. Anderson wanted that pitch.
Thinking it's his last batter right here. Corey Hunter on deck, regardless if he gets him out.
Count remains at 3-2. 115 pitches thrown by Anderson now. Chopper up the middle. That's a base hit. So the tying run is on board with 1 out here in the 7th inning. And Torrey due up. Bob Guerin's going to come out and make a move, so it appears. And it's really, when you think about it, kind of odd that Anderson is still in this game. He's a guy who twice has been on the disabled list for elbow problems this year. In a meaningless game in late September, no reason to do that. But we got a pitching change nonetheless here in the 7th. Halos down by a run. Chicken sandwich combo served with curly fries and a drink for only $3.99 plus tax at participating restaurants. By Toyota. Get a great deal on Toyota's full line of hybrid and fuel-efficient vehicles at your Toyota dealer today. And by Jack Daniels. Your friends at Jack Daniels remind you to drink responsibly. 4-3 Oakland here at the bottom of the 7th inning. The Angels have a man on at first base. That's Fabio Abreu representing the tying run. And Torrey gets a chance to face the Submariner Brad Ziegler. Comes in with a 3-5 mark and a 3.07 ERA on the season.
Last 20 games, the ERA 1.42. Doesn't overpower you with velocity on the fastball, but he has good sink and deception. 83 to 87, a curveball and a slider. We'll mix an occasional changeup also.
The first pitch fastball on the outside corner is in for a strike. Torrey 1 for 3 game, had a base hit in the 3rd inning. He's to bounce it back to the pitcher and also hit a fly ball to center. His career numbers against Ziegler, 0 for 11 with 3 punch-outs. Bobby's got a pretty good lead at first. Ziegler almost throws it away. Nice job by Derek Barton there, preventing that baseball from drilling Alfredo Griffin. Alfredo a little jumpy over there.
The rule of thumb, submarine pitchers are generally pretty easy to steal on because of the motion going through, not particularly quick to the plate.
Brady takes off. Torrey chops one on the ground to Kuzminoff. There's out number 2. But Abreu now in scoring position. 2 outs. Juan Rivera coming to the plate.
Well, Torrey just now 0 for 12 against Ziegler.
Now Rivera being called back. We got Hideki Matsui on the bench. No other action going for Oakland right now. It looks like Alberto Callasco is going to be called upon. Apparently the pinch hitting role kind of surprising Alberto. Teoscar hitting .268 on the year. 10 home runs. Looking for a contact, just looking for a little base hit or flare to try to score a break to tie this game up here in the 7th.
Teoscar is certainly a contact type hitter. Puts the ball in play. Teoscar is playing no doubles, pretty deep in the outfield. Throws with a above average arm in left field.
Bob Garen's going to go out and give the scouting report apparently to Brad Ziegler. Teoscar's switch hitter, so it didn't matter if he brought anybody else. He doesn't have anybody in the bullpen right now. With first base open, I mean, there's no contemplation with 2 outs, is there, to face Mike Napoli?
Well, with the percentage righty versus righty, Ziegler's always been much more effective against right-handed batters than lefties. Lefties have a better chance of tracking the baseball longer from Ziegler than they would be a right-handed batter.
Justin James is up now. Easily playing catch.
Lefties hitting .333 against Ziegler as compared to .197 right-handed batters.
Alberto takes a strike on the inside corner. Teoscar on the year as a pinch hitter, 0 for 3. That one almost hit him. What a play by Kurt Suzuki to catch that ball. Even to count it 1 ball, 1 strike.
That's like almost in hockey where you have a guy standing in front of you. If you're a goalie and you screen, you can't even see the baseball. It's a nice job by Suzuki to be able to catch that wild inside fastball.
So 1 ball, 1 strike count on Teoscar. Lays off the off speed there, and it's 2-1. Alberto, a tough month of September. It's a 130 average, 9 for 69 after hitting .333 in August. The 2-1 inside, 3 balls at a strike. Teoscar did pinch hit in yesterday's game. Fly ball to left field. Leading off the 7th.
So the discussion was, don't give him anything to hit. See if he'll chase something out of the strike zone.
Down low, and he walked it. So Napoli gets an opportunity. Nope, now he'll be pulled back probably for Matsui. Reggie Willis is coming in to pinch run for Alberto Teoscar.
More than likely stay and play left field now.
Napoli ends the game going 0 for 2 with a walk and a run scored, a strikeout, and a ground out. Bob Garen's coming out. And he'll be making a pitching change. We got a pitching change here in the 7th. Ziegler is swapping one right-hander for another. It's a 4-3 Oakland lead. Performance of the night, Doobie.
Well, it's that good swing and good approach by Jack Huss going the other way, and that slight hesitation on the charging of Juan Rivera in the outfield is a difference in this ballgame, scoring Mark Ellis, who had at that point 3 hits.
Brad Ziegler goes 1/3 of an inning. He leaves with a man at first base. That's Reggie Willits, the pinch runner. Justin James is called on here to get Hideki Matsui, the pinch hitter.
His 5th game, ERA 2.25, fastball 89 to 95 miles an hour. His best pitch, with good sinking action on the fastball, slider, changeup. Be a perfect time to break out the Go Godzilla 3-run home run. What do you think, Victor?
Absolutely. I concur. Matsui at 268 average, 20 home runs, 80 runs batted in. As a pinch hitter this year, 1 for 5 with an RBI. So James is ready to go, as is Matsui. He comes up with Abreu at second, and Willits, the pinch runner, at first base. Time is called. Not everyone's quite ready. Hideki trying to find that right spot for that left foot. Now he's ready. Missing outside with a fastball. Matsui breaks his bat and loops one to center field. That's a base hit. Abreu is being waved around. This game is tied up at 4. So the A's swap out Ziegler for James, and Matsui picks up the game tie RBI. One West Bank, one person, one play. Brought to you by One West Bank, one person at a time.
Just a good piece of hitting by Matsui. That was a tough pitch. Fastball down. The outer half of the plate. Just went with it. Tied the ball game up with a base hit.
Mark Trumbo takes over at first base as the pinch runner. Willits at second base. Here's Meiser Stus. First pitch is upstairs for ball 1. Meiser 2 for 3. Couple of singles, an RBI, and a strikeout. There's Trumbo. And it's 2 balls and no strikes. No decision for Brett Anderson. 6 1/3, giving up 4 runs, all earned on 7 hits. James falls behind here, 3 balls and no strikes. Ibar on deck, and it's a 4-pitch walk. They're loaded up. Pitch to the mound now by Kurt Young, the pitching coach. As Ibar gets ready to step to the plate.
Well, if you're Eric in this spot, you got to look for a fastball out over the plate. Don't swing at a pitch out of the strike zone. More likely we'll throw it an off-speed pitch, first pitch. So track it well. If he makes a mistake with that pitch, then you drive it. I think the pitcher's struggling with his command right now.
Hank Conger coming in from the bullpen. Well, it's a third. Trumbo at second. It's Durst at first. Ibar takes a strike. Delayed call there by C.B. Buckner on the inside corner. It was 0-1. Eric with the fielder's choice and an RBI in the second inning. Get top of with a third. A sacrifice bunt in the sixth. And 0 for 2 night. Second career appearance for James against the Angels. They'll turn a scoreless inning up Garcia. Ibar rolls it foul. It's no balls, 2 strikes. Count remains at no balls, 2 strikes. Another 0-2. Ibar, another foul ball. This one off the Camberwell on the first base side. Ross Wolf now up for Oakland. James called up on September the 1st, which is now his 5th game. Almost hit him, and it did. Grazed them. That will bring home a run, and the Angels are up 5-4.
Boy, that 0-2 pitch up and in, very ineffective pitch, in my opinion. Because that's the result, or you could flare it into the outfield and a couple runs and score. And a real good look here. As you can see, the baseball hit the jersey of Eric Ibar, which is part of the body. Awarded first base and an RBI. Now the Angels lead.
Oh, the base is still loaded. Hank Conger will pinch hit here for Bobby Wilson. 8th man to bat in the inning. Bobby ends the game going 0 for 3. Conger takes outside for ball 1. That's in the dirt. Nice job by Suzuki, just getting a glove on it. Keeps it in front of him, and it's 2-0.
Well, missing badly, back-to-back pitches. You got a pitcher right now who's aiming the baseball. Suzuki's done a nice job as far as blocking some real tough pitches in this game so far.
They've gotten Suzuki a little bit. Trying to shake it off. 2 balls, no strikes. Three and 0. I go back to Bob Geren was making the visit now with Brad Ziegler. There was that opportunity that we looked at that bullpen. We saw James just playing catch. I'm not sure he actually got through his warm-up pitch. I know it's a warm night tonight. It shouldn't take too long. The hook came awfully quick. Taking Ziegler out. Conger takes ball 4. It's a 6-4 lead.
It's always difficult to be able to throw a strike if you're not quite ready down in the bullpen, although that's your job to be ready for when the manager calls upon you. But you can't think and assume you're not coming into the game, especially at this time of the year where a manager might make a lot of moves, which Bob Geren has done once again.
No doubt about that. Another pitching change. We're still in the 7th inning. Angels up 6-4. Well, the Halos with 2 outs here in the 7th inning. A little rally going. Have scored 3 times to take a 6-4 lead. They still haven't loaded here with 2 outs. And Ross Wolf comes into the ball game pitching now his 10th game, a 5.23 ERA. No record. He comes up to face Peter Borges with the bases loaded. 9th man to hit in the inning.
Pretty good sinking fastball, 90 to 93 range. You throw a slider and a changeup. Doesn't throw a real effective changeup, so he's a sinker slider type pitcher.
Borges swings the first pitch and lines it foul. Brad Ziegler went 1/3 of it and he gave up a run on a base hit. James on the hook for all 3 men on the bases. He's allowed 1 run. Retired nobody with 4 batters that he faced. Giving the hit, 2 walks and hit batter. 1 ball, 1 strike. Esteuris at third base, Ibar at second, and Conger over at first. At the top of the 8th inning, we'll have some defensive changes. Willits will probably be in left with Trumbo at first. Hank behind the plate. 1-1 outside. Another nice job by Suzuki. He's gotten one heck of a workout on a very warm night here.
And a lot of pitches thrown wildly to him. Solid job. Said it earlier in the game. He's a very good defensive catcher. Catches a lot of games for this club and has done so for the last 4 or 5 years.
Borges Fouls it off to the right. It's 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Impressive when you look at a third in the majors in games caught over the last 3 seasons. Only Jason Kendall, Brian McCann of the Atlanta Braves. McCann's a pretty solid defender behind the plate. Also a strong arm and a good bat for the Braves.
Borges hits a fly ball to left center. Davis and Gross. It's Davis, the center fielder, making the catch. That will end the 7th inning. But the Angels bat around. They scored 3 times, leave them loaded. And they also leave with the lead. 6-4 Angels. Halos up 6-4 here at the top of the 8th inning. A couple of changes defensively as we were talking about in the 7th. Reggie is in left. Mark Trumbo is at first. And Conger back behind the plate after pinch hitting and walking with the bases loaded. He'll be catching a new pitcher. That is Jordan Walden taking over for Michael Kahn, who had a scoreless 7th inning. Got himself in trouble. Michael got out of it. Now Jordan gets a chance to face the top of the Oakland lineup.
Jordan with that great fastball. Rushes up there at times 101 miles an hour. Very good slider also.
Barton to lead things off, 2, 3, and 4. Fellows and Cutts to follow.
The first pitch at 100 miles an hour. Pretty impressive.
Half-hearted swing. The pitch was in on the hands at 99 miles an hour, and Barton is retired for round number 1.
And that's the thing about Walden. He has movement on that fastball. Not only has velocity, it generates some good lower body work as far as be able to get his arm in the proper slot and throw it downhill. Well, even in Exmo, that fastball still gets in there quick. I wonder it took Barton a long time to get down to first base. That might have hurt a little bit going down the line.
You might politely ask Mark Ellis to pick up his knuckles for him before heading back to the dugout.
Yeah, by the way, can you pick them up for me?
Strike on the inside corner. Ellis a quick glance back, evens the count. Outside, 2 balls and 1 strike. Ellis 3 for 4 game, 2 singles, a double, and a ground up. A 3-1. First strike, full count now with Custer on deck. Jordan last pitch on the 22nd also against Texas. This one foul back over our heads. Got him with a fastball. Down goes Ellis. There's out number 2.
Boy, an elevated fastball at 99 miles an hour. No chance for Ellis against this pitch. Well, that was by him. I say, for somebody who throws that hard, he's got pretty fluid mechanics also.
This one lined into center field, a base hit. Cust able to extend the arms there. Rocking it down, went back up the middle. 3-hit game for Jack Cust himself, 3 for 5. All 3 singles, has an RBI and a couple of strikeouts. It keeps the inning alive for Kurt Suzuki. Suzuki with a sacrifice fly in the first inning, picking up his 69th RBI. He's grounded out, walked, and singled, so he's 1 for 2.
That's great location on that fastball. Down below the hands on the inner half of the plate.
Takes that breaking pitch outside. It's 1 ball, 1 strike. Two balls and a strike. 10 runs total, 21 hits, and 22 men left on base tonight.
Pretty amazing total. 22 left on base.
This one out toward the alley in right center field. Torrey got a good jump on it, loses it in the lights, and it goes under his glove. Cust stopped for whatever reason after rounding second base. He's being waved home. The throw to the plate is not in time, and it's a 6-5 game. Well, it looked like for sure the third out. And I still don't know why Jack Cust would stop with 2 outs.
You got to keep going regardless.
No doubt. But it goes, I guess it has to go as a triple for Suzuki and an RBI.
That's at least about the 3rd time that Torrey's had trouble reading baseball out of the lights. Now playing right field position, a different read on a fly ball as compared to center field, where you don't really deal with the lights at all. Two outs. You're going all the way. You're at the very least, you're looking at your third base coach. You're pretty fortunate that he wasn't thrown out at home. Wasn't a real good job as far as getting the baseball in and turning and be able to make that throw to the plate.
Yeah, unless he totally just thought there was 1 out. But almost made it interesting. How a very strong throw, but not in time to get Cust. So man at third base, Kevin Kuzminoff at the plate. Kuzminoff 1 for 4. Had a base hit back in the 3rd inning. Check swing. They wanted appeal. Herman Danley says he did not go. 3 balls and no strikes. Jeremy Armida on deck. And Walden has just walked Kuzminov. Left-hander Craig Breslow is now up and loosening for Oakland. The Angels in the bottom of the 8th inning have 2, 3, and 4 due up. Kendrick, Abreu, and Hunter. Armida 2 for 4 game with a home run, a fly ball to left, a pop-up, and a base hit. A triple by Suzuki, his second of the year. Multi-RBI game, giving him now 70. He stands at third, and Kuzminov at first. Jordan misses up and away for ball 1. Well, he got Barton to ground out, and then struck out Mark Ellis after taking that count to 3-2. Giving up that base hit up the middle to Jack Cusp, the triple to Suzuki, and the walk now to Kuzminov. On the corner, it's 1-1. Breaking pitch on the outside corner. 1-2. One, two. Got him looking with a fastball. Down goes Armida. Doesn't like it. Throws the hat and the bat. And it ends the inning. A run comes in. We head to the bottom of the 8th inning. 6-5 Angels. The home plate area did not like the strikeout call of C.B. Buckner, but did not get ejected.
Still not real happy.
There's a look
I
at that
think it's a strike. Running fastball. That's at the belt in the inside corner.
I mean, unless he thought that pitch was high.
That's at the belt.
Yeah. Oakland does get a run back. Halo's up by a run. 2, 3, and 4 here. Facing Ross Wolf. Coming in relief in the 7th inning. Howie 1 for 4 game, had an RBI base hit in the 2nd inning. A little sinking action on that fastball. 1-2.
He had changed speeds on that, almost a BP type fastball with running action. Now he's coming back with a changeup.
Little chopper over to short. Pennington has got it. Low throw, and Barton's got it. Howie's retired for the first out.
Barton's done a nice job as far as scooping some low throws at first base. Nice job of stretching and making that play before the base runner go through the base.
Fernando Rodney's up now. He'll be coming on in the ninth inning to take on Gross, Pennington, and Davis, the 8, 9, and 1 hitters for Oakland. Bobby 1 for 4, had a base hit and a run scored in the 7th inning. Broken back ground ball to second. And Brady will be retired for round number 2. So with 2 outs, nobody on base, Torrey Hunter stepping to the plate. Torrey's had a 1 for 4 game, a base hit in the 3rd inning. Mostad ball in the lights off the bat of Kurt Suzuki in the top of the inning, allowing Cuss to score from first. With 2 outs. A roller foul on the third base side. The count is even at 1 ball, 1 strike. Michael Kahn is the pitcher of record for the Angels. Brad Ziegler for Oakland. Swing and a miss. It's 1 ball, 2 strikes. Way outside. It's a full count. Reggie Willits on deck.
Looks like he tried to force that changeup through. Was ahead of the count, now back into a good hitter's count. Going back with another changeup.
Torrey grounds this one over to Pennington. And Wolf has himself a 1-2-3 inning. We head to the ninth here at the Big A. Fernando Rodney's coming on to try to close it out, with the Angels up 6-5.
Dallas Braden, who threw a perfect game back on May 9th versus Dan Herron, who's been throwing the ball exceptionally well, 3-4 with a great ERA at 2.85. Third straight year of 200-plus strikeouts and over 200 innings pitched again for Dan Herron.
Fernando Rodney comes in for his 70th game, 12 saves on the year and a 4.15 ERA. They'll be facing Gabe Gross, the left fielder, Cliff Pennington, the shortstop, and then Rajai Davis. Gross came on as a pinch runner in the 7th inning. Stayed to Gabe, played left, hitting .242 with a home run at 25 runs batted in this year. The first pitch is in there for a strike. Fernando just a little bit off that fastball, got it over.
I think that's the key for Rodney, is not overthrowing that fastball. And he falls behind the count, then you've taken away the ability to throw the changeup if you're behind in the count consistently.
No balls, 2 strikes. Fernando came on in the 9th inning of a tie game in Friday's Fuego against the Chicago White Sox. Gave up a run in the 9th inning. Took the loss. Fernando 12 of 18 at save opportunities this season. 0-2, broken bat roller to second. Now he's got it. There's out number 1. Leadoff man is in the books, bringing up the shortstop Cliff Pennington. And he's trying to snap his 4-game losing streak. Dropped the finale of the series against Texas. Got swept over the weekend by the White Sox. Pennington breaks his bat and loops one to right for a base hit. The potential tying run is on base. We're going to get a pinch hitter for Rajai Davis. Pennington has good speed.
Your attention, please, for Oakland. Batting for Rajai Davis, number 19, Jeff Larish.
Jeff Larish stepping to the plate. 177 average, a couple of home runs, 9 runs batted in. Guy really likes that fastball on the inside part of the plate.
Exactly. You stay away. You use the changeup. As a former teammates with the Tigers, stay away.
Pennington takes off. The pitch is inside. The third out from Conger. Gets away from Ibar. The throw was in the dirt. And if Ibar comes up with it, you got yourself the second out of the inning. Stolen base for Pennington.
Boy, quick catch and throw for Conger, just a little bit low. He's made a pretty good adjustment. He's working on that early just the other day as far as his catch and release.
Rodney falls behind here. 2 balls and no strikes. Two balls in the strike. Nice catch by Reggie on the rebound.
Tell you what, Fernando Rodney's got to pay attention to Pennington at second base. He's getting a pretty good lead. Trying to time it.
Pulls the off-speed pitch over to Trumbo. Feeds Rodney. 2 outs. Pennington heads over to third base. Here comes Derek Barton, the first baseman, with 2 outs and the tying run at third base. Barton 1 for 4, had a base hit back in the first inning, came around to score the first run. And since then, he's picked up an intentional walk, a fly out, and a couple of ground outs. Lays off the off speed, and it's 1 ball, no strikes. Bart swings and misses on that 96-mile-an-hour fastball down and away. 1 ball, 1 strike.
And with movement. First pitch was a changeup at 83, then a 96-mile-an-hour moving fastball. Hit his spot.
Inside, 2-1. Mark Ellis on deck. Pennington over at third. 1 out base hit for him. Missed inside. 3-1. Jordan Walden giving up a run in the 8th inning. That ball that Torrey lost in the lights. Would have been the 3rd out of the inning. Allowed a run to come in. The 3-1. Inside, ball 4. So 2 men on now, 2 outs. With Ellis stepping up. Ellis had a big game. 3 for 5. A couple of singles, a double, an RBI. Brownie falls behind on Ellis at 1 ball, no strikes. Now Mike Butcher's going to come out.
I think the reality is, as a closer, you know, you just got to have confidence in your ability to throw strikes. And if you don't throw a pitch exactly where you want, you don't want to give up the fact and make your opponent see that you're not real happy with your mechanics on the mound. Fernando has had some difficult times as far as staying within himself and not worried about how he's not throwing the ball in the strike zone.
Ellis chops one over to third. Asturis has got it. Throws across the diamond. Light dead, baby, up. The Angels snap their 4-game losing streak and take game 1 against the Oakland Athletics by the final of 6-5.
Well, it certainly was an odd game tonight for the Angels, but they got the win. Whatever Mike Butcher had told Fernando Rodney about staying with his mechanics and work down in the strike zone, he was able to get the ground ball to Meister Asturis. Nice job for Meister today, getting a couple hits, making some solid plays defensively, and his comeback hadn't played since August. Did a nice job, and of course, this taking advantage of some mistakes made by the A's today, and of course, so many base runners left on for Oakland. 16 left on base today, so the Angels took advantage of that and an inability for Oakland to be able to score those runs. Michael Kahn getting the victory. There were some solid things as far as